Peace, Infinitewaters, diving deep once again. We are out here in nature, baby, gorgeous weather. We're talking about binaural beats, how to use binaural beats and fly, baby. Let's just, woo, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. So I get a lot of messages on binaural beats. Do they help us, Ralph? Can they help us? Do I use them? Definitely. I've been using binaural beats for a long time. I've even put out music. I put out a lot of binaural beats, 432 hertz, 528 hertz. And a lot of people just like feel so peaceful listening to it. Really peaceful. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello pair? What are binaural beats? Binaural means relating to two ears. It is a brain entrainment method. And basically, when we talk of binaural beats, it is when you have one frequency in one ear and a slightly different frequency in another ear, and the brain interprets that and produces a third tone, what we call the frequency following response. So if I play 210 hertz in this ear and 200 hertz in this ear, the brain will produce 10 hertz, which is the alpha brainwave state of pure meditation. Slow motion this side. Our brain is electrical, and you can measure the brain's electric output from measuring the hertz frequency. Nikola Tesla, the great scientist, said, if you want to understand the universe, think in terms of energy, vibration, and frequency. Frequency is all there is. Now, the history of binaural beats, before we really dive into it, it goes back to H.W. Dove in 1839, and he realized that if you play two different frequencies in each ear, the brain produces a third frequency. And because of this, you can actually get into altered states of awareness and consciousness. And then in 1973, you had Gerald Oster in his scientific papers, the auditory beats, okay? And he was a biophysicist. So check this out. I recently came across a Harvard study. How about that? Going back to 2013, which spoke about how guided meditations can actually produce less anxiety for people. They can actually improve people's health. The Monroe Institute also has tons of research on binaural beats. Now, when we are listening to music, we don't really realize how much influence music has on us. And I started to realize, oh my gosh, I'm doing really weird things because of music. Music can actually change the way you behave. We can talk of cymatics, the science of cymatics. Cyma, going back to the Greek meaning wave, ta, matter. How wave frequencies, sound frequencies affect matter. We can talk about Dr. Emoto, the great scientist who showed how just listening to certain music can actually start to change water molecules in your body. The structure of water. And we are over 70% water. So there is a plethora of research on how sound affects us. Now, before we really dive into it, you have to really understand about brainwave states. So you have binaural beats, but you also have binaural recording. You see, I'm in nature right now, and it's so beautiful here. If you are listening to a normal song, how they recorded that song is often from one source. Binaural recording is where you put a microphone in this ear and that ear, and you get a 3D surround sound of how sounds are really supposed to sound in nature. So check this out. In the Second World War, the frequency used to be 440 hertz, right? They changed it to 440 hertz. But before that, it actually used to be 432 hertz, which is the universal sound frequency. So in the Second World War, they changed 432 hertz to 440 hertz. And that's why the frequency in the mainstream is off. And that's why our sound frequencies are not really in tune with our true selves, and they're not really helping us become our greatest version. So that's why I put out a lot of 432 hertz, a lot of binaural beats, 528 hertz, which is the true love frequency, DNA repair. So when I talk of binaural beats, how can we really use these powerful sounds to heal ourselves and help us become our greatest version? So, brainwave states. You have the beta, alpha, theta, delta. So, when you are in a dreamless state, when you are totally knocked out, tapping into the collective unconscious, you are in the delta state. That is between 1 to 4 hertz frequency. Then you've got the theta, which is the REM, rapid eye movement, which is between 4 and 8 hertz frequency. That is super relaxing, meditative, restorative, very beneficial in terms of health. Okay, then you've got the alpha brainwave state, which is the meditation state, the super relaxed state, when you're just like, whoa, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Then you got the beta, right? The beta state, which is between 14 to 40 hertz. The alpha is between 8 and 14. The beta between 14 and 40 hertz. Now, this is where a lot of people have a lot of anxiety. So the whole science behind binaural beats is that if you learn how to entrain your brain, you can actually drop down the brain hertz frequencies to a lower frequency state to create more harmony, more meditative states. Slow motion this side. So how do we use binaural beats? What's helped me along my journey is to find somewhere quiet. Okay? Find somewhere really, really quiet so you can really tune in. By the way, you should have your headphones on. We'll come to that later, right? Find somewhere really quiet. Avoid distractions. You don't want to be listening to binaural beats when you're driving, because you're going to be in that super alpha state, theta state, and even probably delta state. And once you avoid distractions, you're going to be able to really slip into those meditative states through sound a lot easier. You see, in ancient Egypt and Sumeria, they knew how powerful sound was. In fact, music is the universal language. The science of ancient Egypt, or Kemet, that's the name of Egypt, right? Showed how a picture is worth 1,000 words. So check this out. Every picture creates a form, which creates a pattern, which creates a sound. Every sound creates a pattern, which creates a form, which creates a picture. Slow motion this side. That's why when people listen to music, they're like, oh my gosh, it created this entire vision for me, right? That's the beauty of binaural beats. I use binaural beats to visualize what I want to materialize, and it ends up happening. It ends up happening, baby. So you got to find somewhere quiet. You don't want really a loud place, because that's going to interfere with the brain entrainment, getting you into that meditative state. Then you really want to avoid a lot of mentally challenging activities. You don't want to be looking for the car keys, right? Or driving or doing something that's going to take a lot of mental activity. Because binaural beats, the whole experience is about really relaxation to increase memory, health, productivity, and we don't want a lot of clutter within the mind. And you have to realize that you can use binaural beats for improved learning, higher cognition, better health, better memory, better concentration, better focus, relaxation. So many uses, because once again, sound is everything. Frequency is everything. What's helped me along my journey is to realize this, that when we talk of binaural beats, you have to really learn to not be distracted. Because that whole science of not being distracted will help you tune into yourself. When we realize that if you can get a decent pair of headphones, okay, once again, you're going to get a better experience. A lot of people listen to binaural beats on YouTube through massive speakers. That's good, but with headphones, get a nice pair of headphones, one frequency in this ear, one frequency in that ear. That's how the binaural process is going to start to work for you. And you're going to see the effects. And it's powerful because once again, 210 hertz frequency in this ear, 200 in this ear, now you are getting a 10 hertz frequency. That's the alpha brainwave state. Now, 7-Day Vegan Challenge, what's helped me along my journey, I see a lot of people stuffing papaya in their mouth, is to realize this, that before you even listen to binaural beats, what's helped me is to eat light. And I do this through mindfulness eating. I'm chewing my food. I'm really becoming centered, grounded, being in the present moment with my food. It's a communion, baby. Right? And when I start listening to binaural beats, it really helps me because once again, I haven't got a full stomach. If you are listening to binaural beats after stuffing your face with so much food, especially if it's junk food, forget about it. It's going to take away from the experience, the transformative experience. Now, people always ask, Ralph, is it safe to listen to binaural beats? Well, I'm still here. Can I get a hello there? It is 100% safe. Look, you are listening to music in 440 hertz, mainstream music, which is really doing far worse for you. Binaural beats is only going to help you. It's going to help you open your third eye. It's going to help you lucid dream, astral travel, all of that stuff. I've seen it along my journey. It will help you go to the next level of success. Now, how long should one listen to binaural beats? How long do you listen to binaural beats for? Any binaural beat listeners, right? 7 minutes is what is recommended for brain entrainment. That's the minimum. With a good set of headphones, 7 minutes minimum. You want to be aiming for between 15 to 30 minutes. I put out a lot of 1 hour meditation. That's more than adequate to really get the alpha, delta, theta brainwave states going, baby. And then you have to see, okay, when you are listening to these binaural beats, once again, you're going into that meditative state. Some people love to close their eyes when they're meditating. Woo! Some people love to open them, right? I love to close my eyes when I'm listening. I love to close my eyes when I'm listening to binaural beats. I have a more personal, intimate experience. And I remember when I was in Santa Monica on the beach a little while back, and they did a massive sound bath, right? And that was like a binaural beat because they were coming from both sides, right? And I'm like, this is so transformative. And I was closing my eyes, really feeling the beautiful music, right? So you can close your eyes to get an even more intimate experience. And then remind yourself that you got to be patient with binaural beats. It's not going to happen overnight. It takes a little bit of practice. You have to be, once again, in a very heart-centered space to really receive the sound frequencies. Can you keep still, or are you always twisting and turning? So what's helped me along my journey is to be patient with the process. Once again, binaural beats are only a tool to help you become your greatest version. They won't actually do it for you, right? They will assist you. They will get you into the right frame of mind, right? Binaural beats help you get your mind right, because there are so many distractions out here. Binaural beats help us stay grounded. They help us stay centered. And there's something called the Mozart effect, right? People say, gosh, what's the benefits of all of this beautiful music, classical music, binaural beats, 432 hertz, even reggae music, right? The Mozart effect is how listening to classical music, even tuned to 432 hertz, can actually improve your intelligence. There are university studies on this from Harvard, Stanford, how just classical music can improve your cardiovascular health. It can reduce anxiety. And it's the same with binaural beats. So you become smarter when you start listening to more meditative music. You become more relaxed when you start listening to more meditative music. More so, it enhances your ability to meditate more efficiently and quickly. Now, check this out. Many people have high levels of cortisol swimming in their bodies. A lot of people are very stressed out. And I use binaural beats to de-stress, to relax, to retune, to revitalize and replenish myself. And I notice how the stress just begins to fade away, right? So if you have high levels of stress, you can use binaural beats to help you remove the stress. Some people even sleep with binaural beats. I do from time to time, and you get the best night's sleep ever. Ever, 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 right? Because once again, you're going into that brain entrainment into a meditative state, and it's safe, it's natural. And then you just find yourself floating off into dreamland. Whoa, where am I right now? Now, people always ask, gosh, what's the benefits of even meditation, listening to meditative music? Well, there's a great doctor called Dr. Sarah Laza in Harvard who shows how 8 weeks of meditation can increase the gray matter in our brains. The hippocampus, it can increase its size. A small hippocampus is what scientists are now discovering is a big cause of depression. Meditation reduces the amygdala, which is responsible for our fear responses. Meditation creates neurogenesis. It improves our cognition. It improves our memory, our learning. So binaural beats are conducive to meditation. They help meditation. They help us get in that alpha state, in that theta state, in that delta state, even that gamma state for super focus, right? So there you have it, binaural beats. Have you ever used binaural beats? If you haven't, check it out. Get a good pair of headphones and then tell me about your experience. I've put out a lot of binaural beat music on this channel. It's gone viral, 3 million views, 2 million, and we ain't even had breakfast yet. So once again, sound is everything. Music is the universal language on the planet. We can use sound frequencies to heal ourselves because once again, everything is sound. And sound is everything. And once you realize that, you'll just say, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? We are out here in the hardened nature, super hot day, but we're still here. Have a beautiful day. We're just, woo, breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Have a beautiful day. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. You.